workers.
Tonight, Live 5 investigates after getting complaints from electricians at a redevelopment project in West Ashley.
Westwood Plaza, that's at Sam Rittenberg and Ashley River, will bring a new look and new jobs to the area, but at what cost?
Live 5's Carter Coyle investigates why workers weren't getting paid.
Yeah, we came out on the job one time.
At first, Stephen Gadsden and his colleagues were excited to land a job doing electric work at the TJ Maxx under construction in West Ashley.
I don't know. Where's the money? Where's the money? I don't got mine.
At least 5 electricians now tell Live 5 News they were paid for their work here at first, but recently the payments stopped.
How much does he owe you?
He owed me about $1,900.
He owed me $1,910.
$1620.
What does that money mean to you?
It means survival.
They were working for a company named FTL Electric, LLC, based in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Gadsden and his father, who was also working on the job, say when the money stopped, they drove to Rock Hill and demanded paychecks from FTL's owner, Jeffrey Husta.
I went there, he gave me the checks, told me that he liked to be an honest guy and do the right thing. And then you get back here on Monday, and his check is no good.
These checks bounced.
With non-sufficient funds, I have to go and get cans and stuff to try to sell to make up this extra money that I worked hard for, and now I don't have.
It's hurting me. It's hurting me.
I went to Rock Hill to find Husta and ask him when these workers will get paid.
We are actually going to be able to be paying them for the checks that were returned this week.
That promise was last week, and the workers were not paid then. So why did the paychecks bounce? Husta partly blamed the main construction company running this project, Adolphson and Peterson. He says they didn't pay him on time, and he didn't have extra cash on hand to pay the workers. But A&P, based in Charlotte, tells Live 5 FTL defaulted on its subcontract by not paying the workers.
So who's responsible here in your opinion?
Contractually, it'll be me. Yeah, it'll be me contractually. So that's why I'm just kind of taking that burden on myself and, and just dealing with it best we can.
Thankfully, the workers did finally get paid this week. A&P says it paid 11 people and FTL paid 5. But I found out this is not the first time Jeff Husta has owed people money. In this civil case, a company in Oklahoma says they gave him supplies for electric work on projects like government veterans facilities and an autism school. Southeastern Electrical Distributor says Husta didn't pay them for those supplies, more than $244,000. A Monk's Corner package store says Husta owes them $4,500. Some of the electricians I talked to cashed checks there, and they all bounced. So now this local business is on the hook for that loss. Husta's company also owes the government money. I searched through York County tax files and found FTL Electric owes 9 years of taxes, more than $9,500. Husta said he wasn't aware of his company's delinquent taxes.
Well, I appreciate you bringing that up to me.
Forgive sounding rude, but are you a good business person?
No, I'm not.
Should you be in business?
I guess that's for the state to decide.
The State Department of Labor Licensing and Regulation says FTL Electric is licensed in South Carolina, but it must apply to renew its license next year.
It's very frustrating because, if I work, I would like to get paid for what I work for. I'm not asking them for any more or any less.
They had a lot of violations there.
Jason Coker is the Assistant District Director for the Federal Department of Labor Wage and Hour Division here in Charleston. The DOL investigated FTL Electric 3 times since 2013 for wage violations. The most recent uncovered 65 violations for 30 employees, and he was fined nearly $107,000. Coker said the complaints Live 5 is looking into are the type of concerns they want to investigate.
Especially since it affects more than one person. We want to ensure, broad compliance with our limited resources. So in a case like that, that would be something that we would definitely want to look into.
Kimco Realty owns and manages Westwood Plaza, where this development is underway. Regional President Paul Puma said on a large job, it's not uncommon for a subcontractor to fail, and their legal team is investigating.
We have to be careful to make sure the work that was contracted for gets done properly, and that all the subs are reimbursed fairly and equitably, and that we deal with the party that has failed to make payments.
In the meantime, these men are doing what they can to find new jobs and support their families.
If I knew this from the beginning, I would have never worked for him.
Husta insists this is not how all of his projects turn out.
If there's problems 1 out of 25, would you consider that successful or unsuccessful?
That's not for me to say.
Okay, well, I know that's for me to determine. So, you know, and I don't mind the scrutiny because I self-evaluate on that a lot. But, you know, I just make my decisions, you know, what I think's the safest bet for, you know, my business and employees.
The Department of Labor Licensing and Regulation says when people do apply to renew their license, the board does ask questions such as what lawsuits and liens they have, what their financial snapshot is, and then it's up to the board to decide if a business should stay licensed.